Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how you can find local business usernames using Perplexity, N8N and Clay. So when we scrape Google local businesses, we found that the pain is to find the owner's name, right? So this is why I have found a solution that will help you find at least 80% of the owner's name, and then you do not have to send emails to their generic emails like info, sales, support. So you will be able to send out to their direct business emails in order to get more meetings booked or more calls. Because in generic email, you get generic replies, right? So what I did here, we have an N8N workflow, which I have created. Let me start with here. As you can see, we have Claygent here, and it tried to find out owner's name, but it didn't do well. So, and this is why what I did here, I'm just using an HTTP request to send the business name and its address to N8N workflow. We can use Perplexity directly here, of course. You may ask why then we are not using here. If you see Perplexity, then you should be able to see that it is going to cost you around 1 credits per search. I mean, which is obviously expensive, and you won't be able to scale this, right? So this is when N8N workflow comes into play. So if you see what I did here, I have created an HTTP request. So the method is basically post, and this is where the webhook URL that you have to post as an endpoint, and this is the body where we are sending company name, of course the company name, and then website, and then the address, so that Perplexity can cross-check, because we can do with just name, and if we do, then maybe Perplexity will find some other businesses with the same name, because there are a lot of businesses which is very similar to each other, right? So that is why what we did here, putting website and address, so that it can cross-check the business and then find out the owner name, right? So this is why we are passing this data through N8N workflow, and as you can see, header is content type application JSON, and that's it. You have to push it to N8N. Now I'm going to show you the N8N workflow. So here is the workflow. It's very simple. All you have to create a webhook. For example, here, what do we have created? This is the webhook URL. And the main important thing is, like, you have to select, by default it will be immediately. So you have to select when last node finishes. That means it will respond back the result when the entire workflow finished. So we do not have to create another webhook called webhook reply or whatever. We can do at once. And then white node is very basically allowing to process the messages, because Perplexity have a limitation, API limitation. You cannot send a lot of requests at the same time. So it's good to have 5 or 10 second wait between each of the requests. And then we have a prompt here. As you can see, the prompt is very basic, like search Google and find the current owner or CEO or founder of the business and their personal email if publicly available. Cross-check multiple sources to ensure accuracy. So if you put a lot of instruction here, it will start hallucinating. So this is why you have to make it very concise. Just let it work. So it will work in a straightforward way. And then we have code node, which basically extract the data, because this is going to output a JSON output like this, and then we are going to extract the data, and then it will send back to here. So this is what the result look like, right? As you can see, name, email, we just added so that if it's available, then it will be able to find. But email finding is not necessary here, because we will be able to create waterfall enrichment with the business domain and their name, and it is much more easier to find a lot of emails of those business owners. So yeah, that's the workflow. I'm leaving JSON and every single credential for those workflow, and you'll be able to copy and paste it to your workflow. Let me know if you have any question, and I hope you enjoyed and the workflow is helpful to you. Bye.